what are the three crucial aspects or factors of success? I think it comes down to three things. Number one is focus. Everybody needs focus. Number two is implementation. Great, we can learn things all day long, but it doesn't mean anything until we implement it, which is something that I always push for. And third, something I brought up multiple times, is urgency. Sure, we know how to do things and things that need to be done, but until you have an urgency behind what needs to be done, then it doesn't get us anywhere. So we need to make sure we cover all three bases. It's affirmation, focus, implementation, urgency. Today, I want to talk about the first one, focus. So let me share with you guys a worksheet. This is interactive. This is a time for us to think and brainstorm and put some things into action. So number one, again, put down, what is your law firm vision? Remind yourself what that is. Please share your law firm vision with us in the chat if you have yours out. And if you haven't yet, please just do your best. Rachel says to open a multi-office family law practice that helps parents navigate legal issues. Amazing. Rachel, let's define it even further. What states and how many families do you want to help? Yeah, a little bit better. As to be the global business law firm. What's the specialty? Who are you serving? What defines how successful you are in this vision? And define it a little bit further. Whatever you give me, I'm probably going to help you define it and make it more specific. That's all I'm going to do. Cool. Jimmy says to be a leader, the DFW of personal injury and pro bono services. Great. Leader in what space? For who? In what state? City? Does your team look? And that you help per year? Or settlements, a number of 7-figure settlements that you want to achieve per year. 6-figure settlements that you want to achieve per year. Let's build a firm practicing state and a tax law with staff sufficient to generate annual revenue of something to within the next 2 years. Amazing, Daryl. That is very specific. I love it. Very good. Adrian, to create a thriving practice that provides meaningful general practice legal work on its attorneys, generating $1 million in revenue. Adrian, in what practice? What specific practice and for who? Find that a little bit further. Jeff, a remote estate planning law firm in all those 4 states that serves families with young children, which nets $1 million per year. And it's fully automated, can run without me. Amazing. How many team members, how many virtual, how many in-house would you be doing yourself when you have this free time? Rob says to be fully operational, DUI, defense firm, but any labor to deal with day-to-day duties. I only oversee growth functions, generate a profit per month. Amazing. What would you be doing? What does the growth functions include? As you say, this is exactly the stuff that I'm doing for growth, and everything else I'm not doing at all. Stacy says, serve distressed property owners nationally with a team of attorneys in states that have judicial property sales. Good, Stacy. See if you can add 2 or 3 numbers in there. Number of states, how many sales numbers in there. Create the top. Kellen says that create the top elder law firm in Northeast Florida, measured by 5-star Google reviews and revenue, where I'm not essential. Amazing. Hey, Kellen. Same thing. Put some numbers in there. How many 5-star Google reviews? How much revenue per month or per year? And if you're not essential, what would you be doing yourself? So that with clarity, this is exactly what I'm going to be focusing on, and everything else is not me at all. So just define that right away. As to provide superior tax solution in the states of Wisconsin, Illinois, and Florida to be highly profitable and doing good while at the same time enjoying good health and time with family and friends. Great, Mike. Let's define that further. Highly profitable means what to you? At what point is that considered profitable for you? How much profit per month would be a good place to kind of consider? And then what would you be doing with your free time with your family would be a little bit more specific. Victoria, to serve the global legal community in all practice areas with authentic, client-driven, passionate, but in ways that supersede any model previously known. Amazing, Victoria. It's very good, but too general. Give me specific practice types, specific types of clients that you're helping. Make it a lot more specific than that. Before I even read yours, I love it because I see a lot of numbers and it's also defined. Listen to this. Build a personal injury law firm that allows me to work 20 hours, or 20 or fewer hours from anywhere in the world, so I can travel to Ghana, Jamaica, and France with my family 6 months out of the year while work is still getting done. My individual focus would be to solely marketing the firm to allow to grow and negotiate 6- and 7-figure settlements. Amazing. Well, cool. Amazing. Might as well throw in there, how many 6- and 7-figure cases would you like per year? Like 5 7-figure cases and 12 6-figure cases. Throw a number in there and it's very refined. And as you can see, there's people that are harding it. And I agree. Like Kellen, 400 reviews, $3 million consulting only. Amazing. Kellen. And Corey, I love the numbers of specific teams and things that you put in there. That's very good. William, I don't even have to read yours. That is very good. I see numbers, thorough. And Katie, perfect. That's very good. That's perfect, actually, Katie, because I see the vision about the week-long vacation. Amazing. Mike, and good, Mike. Brandon, love it. Perfect. It looks like Brandon, we've been working together. So it's a very good vision. I love that. Diego, to be the reference for his, has a good one. be the reference for Hispanic entrepreneurs to provide them with easy and professional immigration service to come and live in the U.S. and obtain a personal income of $1 million per year to invest in other businesses and help family financially in Argentina and Mexico. Amazing. And number one Hispanic source for these types of people. And instead of $1 million per year, see whether you should be like $1 million in cash sitting in your checking account or $1 million that I will invest into other businesses. Well, it looks like that's what you said. And that is great. And then you said help families financially in Argentina and Mexico. What is your goal? Now, what percentage of that million possibly, or what is that number that you would like to give back? Amazing. Imran to be the largest criminal defense firm here in England. Very good, Imran, but which specific practice type niche in criminal defense? I want you to be the best at this one particular thing and define that further. Elizabeth, I don't even have to read it. It's great. Numbers, thorough, and what are you going to be focusing on? Amazing. Imran, all areas. I would say I'm going to force you to see, give me your top one. Give me your top one. Can you do other ones? Sure. But I want you to be the best at one particular specialized thing that you're best at. See if you can define it a little bit further. Very good. Very good. Good. And this out. So everybody already understands the importance of focus. But the reason why people don't have focus is because focus requires sacrifice. Okay, so go ahead and number 2, right? Sacrifice. That's the only reason why we haven't focused yet. Okay, so go ahead right now. Again, write sacrifice over here. And so again, epiphany, the only reason if we want focus, we need to sacrifice some stuff. And well, let's try to figure that out. And so the question number 3, very important question, is the $1 million question. And it's something that won't be easy to answer. We'll try our best. We'll try to put something on paper. We'll do our best, but maybe over the weekend or next week, we'll come up with even a better thing. But I want everybody, all of us, to sacrifice something. Okay? That's the goal of this whole. And the question is, what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to give up to achieve your law firm vision? And again, what are you willing to give up or sacrifice to achieve? What do you have to give up? And something that you're either doing usually it's something that you're doing or something that you're doing right now. What do you have to sacrifice? And guys, quiet 2 minutes to think about this and put something down on paper and then share with us in the chat. And we're looking for the biggest one. But if you have also, once you get your biggest one, maybe think about 2 more, max 3. And for an example, maybe it always helps if people hear examples. I'll share with you mine. And literally I had this epiphany yesterday. So put our YouTube channel saying how this is what I learned about running 7 law firms at the same time. And I experienced that it was an amazing, running 7 law firms at the same time was an amazing learning experience, but at the same time was very, very challenging. And I got here and it also helped me again get a lot of experience very quickly because I learned a lot from every different practice type, different teams, different marketing sources, different people that I was dealing with, different partners. It was a multifaceted path that I took. And I realized again, it was not sustainable and probably much better to go deeper into my top law firms. And when I did the math, it's a joke and it's something I've shared before. Like most people A/B test landing pages. I started A/B testing businesses and the number of clients that I would get per month times, I literally have a Google sheet where for every of those 7 entities, I basically looked up to see how many clients I'm getting per month times what's the average value per client, which gave me the monthly revenue. And then that multiplied whether I was a 100% shareholder or if I had partners. From that, I saw a number. Well, from this law firm, I'm generating X amount. This law firm, this amount per month, this amount. I'm like, wait a minute, these bottom ones are just nowhere nearly as good as these top ones. And the epiphany that I went through the last months in the transition I'm going through now is I am going to be cutting down on my law firms, my bottom law firms. I've already successfully got out of 1 and get out of 1 more. And my first baby, Mollaei Law, and looking to sacrifice that. And I have a different ways to go about it. And I'll share with you. If anybody wants to take over a business law firm, and please let me know. If not, I'll be switching that law firm into a different practice type, which basically has a lot more potential. And it's something that my biggest practice type. So I'm just going to switch a law firm into that practice type. So I'm literally sacrificing my first child. That's I think as biggest sacrifice I could possibly do. My first baby, my first law firm. But that is my own sacrifice. So the question goes to you. Now it looks like you guys were putting some things in the chat. Let's go to you guys. What are you giving up and what are you sacrificing? And Stacy, let's see. Elizabeth said, limiting belief that I need to be in control of everything. Great, Elizabeth. Good. That's a very good sacrifice. Or supervising everything. And good. Ian says, my time and energy. Ian, define that a little bit further. What does that mean? What are you doing? Define it. I'm doing these, and we'll have some questions down here that'll help you define it, but see if you can start defining it right now. What is that? What are you doing right now that includes your time and energy? Diego says, move from my comfort zone. So what is that? What is your comfort zone? What are you doing? And what do you have to give up? Like, trying to, again, define it and get very specific. Brandon says, some short-term gains, finances, some control, and they give FOMO. Great. Brandon, you gave me the general idea, and give me the examples and create rules. So let's just say if you get and if you're dealing with some litigation stuff. So anytime I get any litigation, no more litigation. Or any short term that's less than $5,000 opportunity, no more of those. And something about FOMO events, about those, no more of those. So create some rules based on that. Victoria says, sleep. What are you willing to sacrifice? You giving up sleep, Victoria? I hope not. Or is it because you're not sleeping enough or you want to sleep more? I'm going to clarify that. William says micromanaging everything. Good, William. See if you can give some examples. Put some names. When I tell this person or when I manage this person, I'm micromanaging too much. Maybe put some names down. And it says TikTok. So what is that? Is it TikTok? How much are you spending? What are you doing? When are you doing it? Again, try to define it a little bit further. Mike says ego, and that define it, what that means for you. And Katie says being willing to try things that may fail. Good, Katie. Patty says sacrifice my comfort zone. Again, clarify what that is for you. What is your comfort zone? And what do you have to do to get out of that? And says moving forward without knowing everything. And good, Sarah. Moises is willing to sacrifice my ego. I overthink this stuff too much because I'm worried about how this will come across. What will they say? And done is better than perfect mentality, Moises. And see if you can write out those specific situations where what those are, what those clarity with, and what those things are. And limiting believe that my team can't do certain delegated tasks as well as I can. Corey, just accept nobody ever is going to do nowhere nearly as well as you. Even if they do 60% as well as you, or is going to be good enough. Also, the limiting belief that if I niche down on my practice staff, that I will not be able to prosper and grow. Well, at this point, that's not true. Stacy says, giving up my habit of micromanaging by building a VA team and automating this is finally. And he says, but I just have to start trying things out, see if they work. I've started to think about it like I'm a scientific, just using the scientific method over and over. Katie, give a resolution. What will solve this problem? Write that down for yourself as a rule. What's your rule going forward? And it says, I need to stop thinking that I have to do everything myself. Great. What are those things? Then write those down, and to who you'll be able to delegate it moving forward. What practice type will be transitioning Mollaei law to? It will be most likely to lemon law. Most likely. If I don't find somebody in the next week or two, I think I'm just going to do the switch. And I don't think anybody has really done it like that, but I have a vision of how I'll do it. It basically says, I think the website is going to be completely switched, and change the homepage, change the funnels. Literally don't take on any more business clients, and basically have all over in the banner of the website says, we used to help people start their business. Now we help people who have basically car problems get paid for their car. You want to find out if you're this year every car qualifies, then fill this out, and it'll be basically a funnel for that, and basically funneling that traffic to see whether those turn into clients easily just by that. Even if I get a couple of clients from that, that'll be much bigger opportunity than anything else. And yeah, Pankaj, let's talk again for sure before I make that transition. And it says, Pankaj, if you can remember to text me sometime on Sunday, Monday. Justin says, opportunity loss of other practice types, areas, running my other business ideas, being a business owner, being an actual lawyer. Tail end, 45-minute lunch, 1 hour brainless time, and night the kids go to bed. Good. Adrian, if you could save your message to me and get back to you about that. Adrian, if he started 20 projects at once, unproductive screen time. What were the projects that you have to sacrifice now? You literally have to do a dead stop. No more. Doesn't matter what it is. Even if you paid money for it, it's all good. But a lot of times paying money for something, usually it's like, we feel like it's an anchor because we already started it. There's a fallacy or something that's when you already paid for it or you already committed to something, like we're committed to move forward with it. You do not. A lot of times don't let that hold you back. So be very critical about it. And if you see it's not going anywhere, just sacrifice that right away. Jeff, very good. Jeff, embrace that done is better than perfect and saying no to the cases that I know are time suck. Jeff, see if you can create rules. What are those cases that you will have a hard line no? And it's not like you're just going to say no and that's it. You're going to lose money. No. Ideally, go find somebody that you can refer out to and 30%, 40%, and you can still make money from those instead of losing out on that. And Foley, Adrian, willing to sacrifice free time to build a business. Amazing. Sunk. And us, sunken cost. I haven't heard that, but I guess that is it since both of you guys are mentioning it. Sunken cost fallacy. And it's our tendency to continue with an endeavor we invested money, effort, or time into, or even if the current cost outweighs the benefit. Exactly. Thank you, Katie. That is the fallacy. I didn't know the name until now. And Rifa also learning to say no to cases and clients that suck energy. Sharifa, define those type of clients and cases and create rules. Literally what I do whenever, again, I want to instill change in myself, I literally just put it down on a piece of paper on large font and I just put it up next to me. And over time, just by being around it and seeing it, you start being it. Literally, it's like a little secret hack. It works pretty well. Create these rules, let's put it up. And hopefully this works. You just be able to, put it next to you for like a couple of weeks and a couple of months until we make this transition. And very good. And is somewhat related and add on some new activities. What do you have to stop doing? It could be somewhat related and a little extra push, but what do you have to stop doing? And specific as possible. Patty says, stop thinking that I cannot succeed in getting more clients. Good. And learn from module 1. All we have to do is just flip that and just turn it into affirmation and create a rule for ourselves and that be very conscious of that self-talk. We got to stop listening to advice from lawyers for practices I don't envy. Yeah, just a good rule of thumb is don't look at anybody's achievements. Everybody's on their own path, everybody has their own path. Don't compare yourself to anybody. Basically, it's like the ultimate gist of that world. Yeah, stop comparing yourself, pretty much, as if you said. Adrian says, we have to stop doing activities that aren't directly related to the firm's vision and make money. Adrian, what is that? What activities are those? See if you can create a list of those. And have a sheet called Sam's rules. And it's like my perfect vision. These are the days, I'd rather not have meetings, but I do have to have meetings. These types of meetings only could be after 1:30 p.m. And rules. Create those rules. Literally, you create your own vision. Create those rules, pass it off to your assistants and your VA team. Everybody has to abide by those rules. You create your own rules. And let's create some rules today. Stop hitting the snooze button in the morning. And good. And it says also saying no to cases and clients that suck energy. Good. And fit squarely with my ideal client profile. See if you're going to, again, define it. If that's the issue, again, define who are those types of clients, leads, and what are you going to do with it? Ideally, it's not just say no. Ideally, hey, who can I refer this out to? And I could track it and I could still get paid for those. Kellen says, stop letting capable employees ask me routine questions that other people can answer. Totally. Kellen, that basically requires creating organization. So every team has one of those people could be a leader and everybody has to flow through their leader and no more of you. Close your door, create those rules, make an announcement, have your team meeting. Say, hey, everybody, communication now has to flow through the system, through this person, no more of me. And that will help us achieve the bigger vision that we have here at our law firm to accomplish the law firm vision that you shared with us. Stop working alongside VAs, totally having the limiting beliefs that I have to control everything and that things have to be perfect before implementing. Good. Amazing. Okay, let's keep it going. And Katie, every single one of these resources, I have so many of these resources. Everything is always posted in my legal academy. So in the future, if you forget what it is, if you just search for it in the search bar, you will find everything and just a tracking template and you'll find all those resources. And I'm going to go systematically, just again, post more of the resources that I haven't put up yet, but you should be able to find everything just by searching for it. And something that belongs in a particular module regarding, whatever it is, then it will also be there as well. So building your team, automations, email automations, lead automation, review automation, funnel stuff, client sources. Now there'll be new tracks about Facebook ads and YouTube, everything, and should be searchable pretty much. And that's it, Victoria. Amazing. William says, stop getting frustrated or overly worrying about particular cases or opposing counsel that focus on big picture. Good. Very good. And clarify your question. I'll be happy to.
Yeah, I just meant, is there somewhere where all of us were a program are listed so we can refer to each other and to others?
Yes, I did about 2 years ago, created a Google Sheet. It was called the Referral Source Network. Basically, everybody put their law firm name, what state they're in, what's the practice area, and what's the referral fee that you're willing to offer. So everybody could go on this sheet. I have it somewhere. I'll make a note. I'll post it on Monday or Sunday, Monday about that. So referral, post referral, and network, and Google Sheet to MLA. And have it already has 30 lawyers in there. So, and then you guys will add your own stuff in there. And yeah, that's the perfect place. Just go in there, tap into that. And also my mentor is also building out a lean directory and service provider directory. Pretty cool. And if you guys, my personal injury lawyers and things like that, that'll be a good thing to look forward to. AI enabled lean service provided directory. And all right, so let's go back and just keep it going. And one mobile app and I'll be using, okay? Actually, better way. And what that is. And I want you guys to take out your iPhones. If you guys have an iPhone, go ahead and settings. Click on search for settings or find settings right here. Settings. And then press down to bring up the search bar and search for screen time. And once you're on screen time, it should look like this. Should look like this. Then click on see all activity and click on week and it will give you a daily average. Please share with us in the chat how many hours does yours say. And if that was years ago, I was doing a little lecture to like teenagers and they were all on their phone and be the guy to come up and tell them to put their phone away. So I literally flipped the script. I'm like, everybody take out your phones. And like, yeah, take out your phone. Like, go look up how many hours you've been on it today. And all of them were like literally above 10 hours. Crazy. Pankaj has 11 hours. Wow, that's crazy. 2.5 hours, 5 hours. Mollaei is 5. Brandon, amazing. Less than 3 hours. Victoria, mine is 7.5 hours, which is crazy. Never imagined. Way too high. Way too high. 6.5, 5, 7.5. And right. But you'll see on the bottom, this is right here. What are those apps? And self-evaluate from top to bottom. Mine is, I don't know if you guys can see, is YouTube by far. I watch a lot of YouTube. Literally from the moment that I wake up at 5 in the morning, it's already in my ear. And I spent 11 hours on YouTube apparently this week. And go down and be critical. And what is the one app and you should not be spending as much time on? And narrow down to one. Go ahead and write that down. And we're going to create some limits. And what you do, once you figure out what that is, good. Go back, just like swipe, just say once you're in see activity, you just swipe back. So you go back to where you were. And on the screen, you will see app limits and add a limit. And it'll give you the different categories of apps that you have. It's a social, click on social and select the social and social that is, or whatever app that is, select that. And say for me, Instagram, I'll select that for now. And all of us are guilty of this, all good. And select your app and on next and now and limit. Ideally, it will be ideal to just delete it, honestly. And we can start off with some limits and go ahead and give maybe a 20-minute limit. And social dilemma called our phones adult pacifiers. And go ahead, either add a limit or ideally, if you're brave enough, just go ahead and delete the app and do it. That's again, today's sacrifice. We're sacrificing today and has to give. And or if you want to also place a limit to just the entire social media category, you can. And good thing to do. And please share with us in the chat what is the app that you are sacrificing and whether you've deleted it or if you placed a limit on it. And says, I'm on Android, my kids are Apple. Doing that on my kids' phones, they're going to get mad at you, Snap. It's okay, blame it on me, but do it. Especially kids, they need to. They need to have a limit. And Adrian, how many hours are you spending on Candy Crush? And if you hadn't deleted, there you go, Pankaj. That's huge. I remember watching sports about 5, 6 years ago, and my friends thought it was crazy. And how slowly they'll have progressing towards that too. Patty says, I had a limit of 2 hours of social media by myself, ignoring that you reached time limit for today. Yeah, you got to know yourself. If you're just ignoring it, then I would just delete one of them. You're going to make it harder. And very easy to click on ignore. But if you delete it, even if it forces you to install it, and you install it, at least it's and create those hurdles. Good, Hiram. Instagram gone. And 1-minute limit on Instagram. Great. Again, be the whole idea of being a consumer versus producer. It's okay to use the social medias as a producer for posting stuff, by all means, but not if you're a consumer. That's just on the wrong side of. And Instagram and TikTok, good, Pankaj. If it says, wow, it will be painful, but that's the unprotected screen time I just wanted to sacrifice. Adrian says, I can't tell how many hours. It's just embarrassing too many. Good. But let's be conscious of it. Again, it makes us conscious of these things. Limited Facebook, Instagram, Jenna, good. Sharifa, Instagram, 20-minute limit, good. Iffy, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, then Slack 4 hours. And watching sports is huge. Yeah, holy cool. And quit watching the news several years ago, but it was one of the best things I ever did. Amazing, Sarah. Yeah. So they make it so addicting and just suck you in. But yeah, good move. Pankaj, I moved to playing sports only and watching as little as possible. Good move, Pankaj. You do a replacement, that's even better. Something bad or something healthy, even better. Eliminating. Jeff says Facebook and YouTube. 10 minutes of Facebook, Victoria. Good. Candy Crush. Amazing. Hour limit per day. Great. And let's stick to that. Next is what's one website you have to stop visiting. And what's the website that you're visiting? And if there are Chrome extension for blocking websites. And see. And And I'll do this with you guys if you want to do this. So we're going to add to Chrome. If you want to put the link in the chat. And it's like this one is, and I don't know if it's, and skip over these things. And like we just replace and sites. Okay. And website. Any news websites, any social media websites. And the thing is, I use it for work. It's my thing. If you find anything, Netflix and Elizabeth, let me know if you guys have any websites that you guys are thinking about. Maybe get ideas from each other. And most of us, I think, and I just came up with one, and that is Gmail. And Gmail, but it's not, we don't want to just block it for good. We want to just block it at specific times. And it looks like there is, let's see, and it says by schedule also. And sure, yeah, Gmail is everything, but not if you can access it at any time. It's covered in module 4, I believe, module 4. That basically email should be blocked off time. It shouldn't be something that you just have open. You should definitely, your Gmail tab should not be open at all times. And times throughout the day, it's open only during that time, not whenever they're not being reactionary. During that time, you're being proactively, this is my time to answer emails, and after that, you close it. And this one doesn't have like a scheduling thing, but ideally, I'm sure I'll try to see if I can find a Chrome extension that allows you to either block it off at certain times. I think it would be a smarter move and something like that. Yeah, let's think about this. This one, and what makes the most sense for most of us, and just blocking it at certain times where, we have our focus hour, say in the mornings, where we're just focused on work. And once it's like 11 o'clock, then we could answer our email. So until 11, Gmail is blocked. That'll be like the end way to go about this. Diego says, I delegated my email. I only open once a day when my VA tells me there is an item that needs my attention. Diego, did you implement the system that we shared with you? If you can share that experience with us and what that means for you now, it'd be amazing. And
we discussed this in the past, and what I did is I have one of my people, and you on email, I created another email account, which is just for certain financial items that I don't want to share, so my accountant can share with me. But I review the email once a day, only if it tells me there is an item that needs attention. If there is nothing, I don't even open my email. And that's one of the apps that I deleted from my phone, which is the email app, because I always was checking emails on my phone anytime at night before going to sleep. So there is no more email app in my phone anymore.
God bless.
Are
you on Gmail?
And I'm still in Outlook.
Okay, that works. So for all the Outlook people, it is still possible to be able to free yourself up even in Outlook. You want to just share your process and how you did it in Outlook? And
which process?
Pretty much what you just shared. Those separate email accounts just for your billing stuff.
Okay. Yes. I do you want to share me in the
No, share with us right now.
Okay, what I did is I since I created my firm, I had an email called Diego at Law Firm, and I created another one called CEO at Law Firm there. So I had my IT guy create another email address. I gave my accountant that email address. In the Outlook, I asked him to create another inbox. So he created the inbox for the CEO account, which only my accountant has. And I gave access to the Diego account to employee, and that's a process. I mean, she opens the email from her email account. She has her own email and my email in two different inboxes. So she opens hers, she opens mine, and whatever she does, but she has to do. Well, we created a process. I have a little piece with rules, what to do with each email. So when I receive an email from a client, there is a template that she needs to answer in a certain way. If there is a potential client who is asking for a consultation, there is a template to schedule a consultation. If there is an email from a contact source, there is a template for that. So we created all the templates, and she just sends the emails as if she were me. So the person receiving the email believes that it's me answering, but it's not me answering. I receive usually around between 100 and 150 emails per day. I was spending probably 3-4 hours per day answering all these emails. Not anymore.
What are you using for the templates?
At this point, I'm using the signatures from Outlook. So Outlook creates signatures, and in each signature, you have a template. I have different signatures, and those are the names. Put the name, the label of the signature. So it's a referral stage to answer to this type of person. So we have all the templates in the scene.
And then do you have one VA who's done it?
Well, it's not a VA, it's my admin manager.
Good time for you to go get the second one. backup of this one. Again, rule of thumb, right?
We have just done that.
Yeah.
So I'm an admin VA that we hired like a month ago, and she's gonna learn to do that exactly what you have just said.
Exactly. Dependency. Don't have any dependency. Something happens. Very, very good. Very good. It is possible. It's in module 4, as Amanda shared. It's all there. It is completely possible if you've seen it and applied it for Outlook. Thinking that it is possible for Outlook too is very eye-opening. Jenna says, I've struggled with signatures because they save to your local computer only. Do you save them anywhere else too? Diego?
Well, no, Outlook, I mean, with Microsoft 365, you can open Outlook anywhere. And whenever you create the signatures in my case, I mean, they are still there. I created the signatures in the online version, and I use the online version for the signatures. I don't have any problem. She's using the same signatures.
Jenna, here's some options.
I don't know all the technical details, but
there are other text expander tools used that could also allows you to users. I personally use this one. It's just simple, but the only downside is you can't share what's here unless if you actually export and import it into their account, which I actually, now that I think about it, but there's no updating. It's not like I create one now, it will automatically show up there. So, but these other options that I put in the chat, not really applicable because there's no www dot there. But Jenna, see if you can copy paste that and look at those other options that could potentially have different users and different things. I think like this one, if you find one where it basically allows you to add the users and different things. Mike Alfred has a built-in text expander, has a team version that makes about nice. That's good news. So text expander, Mike just shared. And I guess has a team version. So like look into this. Use Keyboard Monster for personal on my Mac. Yeah, Mike, hopefully we'll be touching that upon your little workshops that you'll be leading. Pretty useful to explore. Just to keep it going is what's one task? Again, just to adding on. Again, what's one micro task, one task you're doing? Could be very similar to this or this. Again, just to get you to start thinking about other things you could stop doing. What's one task for you to stop doing? Think about that, put that down. I'll file reviews or colleagues which will need an associate to do that. Good, Mike. Good. That gives them blocking out time for hiring an associate or putting one of your team members in charge of hiring an associate. Last thing is commit by signing and dating here. And sign it and date it. January 27th, 2023. We're still writing 2022. So notice yesterday was all my days I was writing 2022 until yesterday. That, and please leave this on your desk and create these rules and start and embody into yourself, share with your team, express it with your team, make it a reality there. Take it from your mind, express it, share it with your friends, whatever. This is what I'm giving up. Some sacrifices, and we will see our focus will get better, which increases productivity, which increases our results. So it gives us ease of mind and that makes us less stressful. Any questions about this particular thing? Again, we put it down on paper and then it takes some time for this to be implemented. Again, but just by seeing it and being surrounded by it, having it on our table and putting it up, will probably expect some weeks and months, slowly transition out of these sacrifices. But at least we have a starting point for that. So your best to stick to your own rules and you realize that you're the one that creates how your life should run. So also create your own rules. Don't let other people to be run for you.